Early results from Iran's parliamentary elections suggest that the supporters of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei have won a big portion of the seats. The poll has largely been seen as a vote between Khamenei's factions and supporters of President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. According to Iranian state television, 65% of eligible voters turned out. 150 of the 207 constituencies have been counted. The final results are expected in the next few days. But the key figure is the number of seats won by the supporters of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Early results show they won a 75% portion. Bad news for the political bloc backing President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. They are left with fewer seats, which means he's left with less support in Parliament. Well, for more analysis, we're joined by Potkin Azarmehr, who is commentator on Iranian affairs, and he joins me now from London. Potkin, is that right? Is that a correct analysis, do you think, of the situation so far?
Well, just with regards to the voter turnout, I mean, the truth is that no one knows how many people turned out. There's no independent bodies, there's no international observers. The regime says that 65% turned out. It shows images of large turnouts on state TV. The user-generated content and the footage that we got from citizen journalists suggests otherwise. It shows empty polling stations. So we have to make a judgment. And one thing that I'm relying on in making my judgment is that the foreign correspondents who were in Iran, they all say that they were bused to designated polling stations and there was no alternative as to where they could go. Now, if the turnout was really that great, if so many people turned out for the elections, then it must have been a very bad PR stunt, because if there's so many people turning out to vote, why not just let the foreign correspondents go roam around freely and go to whatever polling stations they like to really report from what is going on? I think based on the user-generated content that we got, based on the independent reports that we got from the citizens inside Iran, and based on how the foreign correspondents were treated in reporting the elections and reporting the polling stations, I can just say this 65% figure is just a complete farce. This is something that dictatorships are very good at doing. Saddam used to say that 99% of the people turned out to vote. Same sort of thing in communist countries. Okay. Just the fact that they're holding elections doesn't mean that there's a democracy there. Communist countries held elections. Saddam Hussein held elections. It's the way you hold the elections that matters, and this was definitely not a fair elections.
Potkin, you've made that point very strongly, but let's move on from that to, if you like, what the officials are saying in Iran. And they're saying that the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, early results show he won 75% of the votes. True or not, that kind of result, that kind of number of seats is going to stand. So what would that mean in terms of the strength of Parliament as a check and balance, and who wins, Ahmadinejad or Khatami?
This was obvious. You didn't even need to predict this. I mean, this is what I said on Thursday. Most of the approved candidates were Supreme Leader supporters, and it's obvious that they're going to get most of the parliament. I'm going to quote what Ayatollah Montazeri said. The Islamic Republic is neither Islamic nor is it a republic, and I'd say it's not even Iranian. This is now firmly the Supreme Leader's backyard, absolutely in his control. This is the Supreme Leader's fiefdom.
All right, Potkin, many thanks.
And the Parliament will have no checks and balances at all.
Potkin, thanks for joining us again. Russia goes to the polls on Sunday to vote for their next president.